afternoon in a very decidedly not stupid o'clock, but I got my tea anyways because, well, it's me. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I am your host, Tiffany Daniels. And folks, we start every call center weekend with the JRC, that horrible, horrible, horrible world. But before we get started, folks, just a few disclaimers. First off, look above or wherever the link's going to be. Just hit the description box. You know the links that are in there. The link to this document, the link to the Autistic Hoya's massive archive in regards to this case against the JRC, the templates. I'm not going to repeat myself. We're not doing that today. Also, folks, we have the change.org, Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition. Sign it. When we are talking about the JRC, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and sometimes catch video clips from video surveillance of kids with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you have young children present, please use your headphones. And for once, for my inane babbling and stumbling over my words, we have another excuse. That's right, finally, after literally 3 months of working on getting transportation in order to get it done, I finally was able to go ahead and get the first dose of the COVID vaccine. I've already set a date with my cabbie from today to go ahead and get the second dose because I should not have had to take that long. But this is the reality of the circumstances of many people with disabilities. It's not that we don't want the vaccine. No, Mr. President, we're not being stubborn. Forget what you think you know about everyone in this country, and remember, there is a population of us that don't have access to ready transportation all the time, who don't always qualify through those mobile units. Out here in Missouri, we call them OATs. Not all of us get to have Medicaid. Not all of us, therefore, get access to that type of transportation. Just putting it out there. Trying to organize today was a nightmare. But anyways, rant on that topic over. Now we are going to Chapter 5, the academic program at the JRC. If there was ever an oxymoron, that's it. And tell me, Judge, how the hell am I supposed to pay attention to my studies when I have to be worried about whether someone's going to electrocute me for getting up to ask to have to pee for the second time when you didn't answer the first time? Just saying. Chapter 5 describes the method used for teaching students and how their progress is tracked in a computer system. How anybody can progress at anything in this school other than meeting new levels of PTSD and trauma is absolutely beyond me. But anyways, the classroom teachers or aides in the classroom supervise staff. Staff learns about the system of academic rewards and skills building activities that are available for the students at different levels. Oh, you mean when you sing song? What a good girl! Where's a baseball bat when you need one? Sorry, folks, I'm not actually this violent in real life. It's just this stuff is that level of stupid. Staff training on GED. Didn't I just read through this? I'm pretty sure I read through this. Yeah, let's skip this. I believe we've already read through it. Yeah, I'm glancing at here. Yep, we already read through all this GED crap. Okay. I think we've read through this too. I think we've read through this too. Oh no, maybe not. This is my level of brain dead, folks. No, I think we actually did stop off on staff retention. Okay, here we go. Okay, many prospective staff do not graduate the JRC basic training because they cannot pass the tests or they stop coming to training. Oh, gee, a shocker. I would like to find those who have gone through that training and just got continually horrified as they got longer into it and just decided to say, fuck this. You all are insane. Because those are the kind of people who probably actually should be in healthcare. But, anyways, oh, why would they ever leave? Once staff do graduate, some leave before completing a year of employment. Again, I wonder why. For staff hired between September the 23rd, 2010 and September the 23rd, 2011, 44.25% of staff left JRC within 6 months of being hired. So look at that, folks. They've got a large turnover rate. Wonder how many of them left because these people are freaking psychopaths. I'd also be interested in seeing if anyone had the balls of Greg Miller and actually decided to go ahead and whistleblow. I'd be very interested in what they had to say. JRC administrative staff felt some common reasons employees voluntarily leave, including attending college, obtaining another job in their desired field of employment, the JRC evaluation system, the travel associated job, and injuries to the staff. Or just maybe JRC, just maybe, just this idea I had, Judge. Maybe they left because they were fucking horrified by what they were expected to do. Maybe they left because they were so horrified by what you expected them to do that they would rather be homeless than work for you. Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. JRC administrative staff felt that some common reasons employees are terminated included failing to call or show up for a shift, failure to follow students' programs. Oh, you mean the staff that you all fire because they won't follow your little torture program like Gregory Miller, maybe? Misconduct and subordination. Oh, you mean when they call you on your shit? And poor performance. Oh, yes, you're gonna throw that in. In interviews with direct care staff, most felt that direct care employees voluntarily leave or are terminated from JRC because they cannot handle the demands of the job and the students, or because they can't follow JRC procedures. Or, hear me. You're full of shit. You're evil. You torture disabled people for existing. These employees know it. And you fire them for standing up to you. Just saying. April 1st, 2011 and June 30th, 2011, 48 employees resigned. Shocker. Of those 48, 24 had been working for a month or less when they resigned. 6 had been working at JRC between 1 and 6 months. 5 had been working at JRC for 6 months and a year. And 13 had been working at JRC for more than 1 year. 27 individuals abandoned their jobs. 7 left because they found another job. 7 left because of scheduling conflicts. 5 left because they were having difficulty performing required tasks. You mean like shocking people, forcibly bathing people against their will, depriving people of sleep, refusing people their food, you mean the people who had a problem with your psychotic excuse for a school? Those people? 3 left because they did not want to change from part-time to full-time or vice versa. 1 individual JRC was unable to contact. 1 left because administration did not address his concerns. 1 left because of the intensity of the students in fear for her safety. And 1 left because of a family personal emergency. They fear for their safety. Their safety. Hear that, folks? Their safety. Their safety. Between April the 1st in 2011 and June 30th, 2011, 33 employees were terminated. Of those 33, 11 had been working at JRC for 1 month or less when they were terminated. 4 had been working at JRC between 1 and 6 months, and 7 had been working at JRC between 6 months and 1 year, and 10 had been working at JRC for more than 1 year. 11 individuals were terminated because they failed training quizzes. 8 staff were terminated because they failed to follow JRC's policies and procedures. They didn't want to torture people. 2 staff were terminated for improper interactions with students, and 2 were terminated because they were no-call, no-shows. 2 staff were terminated for poor supervision of students, and 2 were terminated because they were unprofessional. 1 staff was terminated for failure to follow the sick call policy, and 1 was terminated for poor attitude. 1 staff was terminated for walking out on a shift, and 1 was terminated because JRC was unable to contact him. Finally, 1 staff was terminated for poor follow-through skills, and 1 was terminated for failure to follow treatment procedures. Notice the majorities of these people who leave or are fired all have to do with standing up to this psychotic culture of torture that the JRC has created. That by and large, the main reason these people leave that this judge tries to cover up with official language is they are sickened by this place and what they do there. And they don't want any part of it. Interesting, isn't it? Oh, but they're the only school that can help these people. And those employees just don't understand, right? I'm sure that's the line of bullshit that they try to sell. JRC does appear to provide very good benefits to its employees. There is not any benefits package that you could ever possibly offer me that would ever make me want to work for these evil sons of bitches. Ever. And this says somebody, guess what, JRC, who's not only autistic, but has worked in the field. You sick sons of bitches. Direct care staff receive full medical and dental benefits, 3 paid sick days per year, paid vacation days, 11 paid holidays, on-job banking, disability and life insurance, education assistance for up to $2,000 per semester, retirement benefits, and AFLAC. Yeah, no, I don't care. And by the way, JRC, my benefits package is 1,000 times better. And right now, I'm a call center jockey. Just saying. While there are differences in benefit levels for time and part-time employees, JRC seems to offer a comprehensive package. Not good enough, you sick sons of bitches. Moving on. Staff independent judgment. Oh joy. Should I read this? I'm awful tired. No, let's screw it. Let's take in some caffeine, square our shoulders. Let's see what rabbit hole we climb down this time. Issues identified following the 2007 incident. At the time of the 2007 incident, it appears that JRC policy, intentionally or not, did not encourage staff from questioning orders or actions of other staff members and took decision making away from the direct care staff and gave it to the DVR staff. You mean the way it still is now, Judge? Nothing has changed. Literally, nothing has changed. On the night in question, the staff failed to think independently and questioned the instructions of the caller, who they believed to be a member of the DVR monitoring department. Judge, this is what they want from their staff. They don't want their staff thinking for themselves. Listen to Jennifer Masumba. Listen to Andre McCollins. Listen to these people who have been through this school. Listen to what they're telling you. What Gregory Miller, what other employees who have come forward have said over and over and over and over again. To this day, yes, after the 2002 and 2007 incidents, to this day, they do not want their employees thinking for themselves. Why do you think there's such a high turnover rate? Because every time they do, they're terminated for insubordination. Or whatever bullshit reason the JRC decides to pull out of their ass today. Just saying. On the night in question, staff failed to think independently. Staff believed the instructions from the DVR were a test or program op. The shift supervisor failed to take control of the residents as the designated supervisor for that evening. Staff reportedly feeling physically ill watching the GED applications, but did not speak up. Because you trained them that JRC has trained them this way. Why are you not questioning, Judge? Why the staff acted this way? Why are you not questioning that? Why are you not thinking that's strange? Just saying. And why do you think it's just that staff? Shouldn't you have investigated further to see if this is the sort of thing that is prevalent with all the staff who are there? Staff failed to question actions when he gave sleeping students GED applications, even though the staff was trained not to do so. Is that a fact? Is that a fact? Because we've heard told that shocking kids in their sleep is a part of your program. If you weren't going to shock those kids in their sleep, why is it in their program that they have to sleep with these devices on? Riddle me this, Batman. Staff were unfamiliar with administration of GEDs, but did not ask questions, because that's the culture, Judge. They are taught to not ask questions, to do what they're told. Just saying. The staff failed to call DVR to verify the identity of the caller. The staff and the DVR monitors failed to call on the on-call nurse for that evening, or the clinician for the two victims who received the GEDs. The staff and the DVR monitors did not call the police when they could not get through to the Stoughton residents by telephone. The staff and the DVR monitors did not contact JRC administrators immediately. I'm going to stop there because the dumpster fire is going to be coming. And I want to get a little bit more caffeine in me before I move on to the next video. which is courtesy, by the way, by Planet Q's Queen. She sent me a link yesterday, so we're going to be digging into it. So my conclusion is this judge is a moron or extremely well paid to write this 131-page report of garbage. Garbage. Well, there's a high turnover rate, but here's why. You mean the people who left because you people and your entire state is insane? No person in their right mind would court order this to happen to a human being. And yes, Judge, whether you like it or not, we are human beings. And coming from someone who has worked in this field, there are all kinds of other treatment options and programs out there. Believe me, I would know. I've worked with those programs. I've helped select those programs when advocating on the side of one of my fellow neurodivergents. So, adversives are never okay. Adversives are never the answer. Adversives is simply a fancy word they came up with to make punishing disabled people for being disabled acceptable. Instead of saying we are going to beat the autism out of them, no, instead we use fancy words like we're going to use adversive therapy techniques so that nobody's willing to delve into what those words actually mean. And with those thoughts, folks, and with a much needed dose of caffeine to make my thoughts somewhat more coherent again, we're going to go ahead and close out. We don't get very many views on this channel, especially on this topic. The few that we do tend to get removed from time to time, so folks, please don't forget to hit that like button, hit subscribe, don't forget to hit the comments, and feed that algorithm. I do appreciate your time this afternoon, and as always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.